only about the topic.
Direct GD session.
Okay, okay. Today's topic is organic farming. Basically, the organic farming means when we use the organic matter in the farming, just like manure, and not use the fertilizer, just like DAP. Then the organic farming, and there are the many benefits of the organic farming. Basically, it is helpful for the fertility of the land because it increases the fertility of the land and also increases the productivity of the land also.
Yes, friends, I want to add one more point here that as we all know that in India, 70% of Indian population depend on agriculture and farming. There are two types of farming in India: organic farming and inorganic farming. Most of the farmers following inorganic farming, but organic farming is useful and healthful for fruits. And organic farming means to grow plants and vegetables and fruits with the help of organic fertilizers like gobar gas and manure.
Yes, Sachin, I completely agree with you. But you know that organic farming means farming farming by the way of natural way. In other words, avoids pesticide, fertilizers, and any other thousands harmful chemicals. And you know that organic farming provides us organic fruits, organic vegetable, and organic grains.
Yes, my dear, I'm agree with you. Organic farming is also based on manure and cow dung, and also without using of fertilizers. But in India, we know that our India is the most populous country, and we need the demand of food and vegetables is more. But in organic farming, takes time to produce fruits, vegetables, and all types of crops. But the farmers use chemical farming to get benefit with rapid production of goods and fruits and vegetables and crops.
Yes, I want to add one more point. If the farmers use the organic matters in their field, then there is also good impact on the health of the people who utilize the food grains, and it is also cheaply to use as we compare to the fertilizers.
Yes, Anand, I
Friend, I
agree
am
with you, but I want to add one more point here that organic farming is in demand nowadays because of many health issues. Because when we eat products which is grown with the help of inorganic farming, cause many health issues to the people, and now organic farming reduce the health issues.
Yes,
Yes,
my
friend, I
friend
agree with you.
Sachin,
I
I
want to say
completely
that
agree with you.
organic
If we
farm
use
Organic
is
chemical
farming harmful
fertilizers
for
into your
our
field,
body
then
like
it
that
creates many
many
diseases our
disease
health. But
create for in
organic
organic farming like that cancer, blood pressure, and many other sectors in disease.
yes, friend, I agree with you. I want to say that organic farm is good for our health, but there have the land is controlled, so the population is very high, not only our country but also whole world. So the if we not doing the inorganic farming, then we cannot produce the proper crops. So this is not good for all over the world, not only but our countries. So we also depend on inorganic farming. But the Assam is the first country, first state who is adopted the organic farming.
Yes, friend, I agree with you, and I can say that organic farming is good for our country because nowadays many people are demand for organic product, and we produce many type of organic product, and it is very helpful to our farmer. They are also increase our economy, and I can say that in nowadays we use many type
हेलो
of
हेलो
we
लिंक शेयर किया हूँ देखो.
Yes, friend, I am agree with you, and I can say that through the organic farming, we avoid chemical farming and use many type of farming. Like in our country, many people living in village area, and every person have their cow and buffalo. They use this type of waste material and waste tree materials. So use in fertilizer. So it is very helpful, and it maintain our soil fertility. Thank you.
Yes, Shubham, I agree with you that organic farming increase the fertility of soil, but it is quite expensive because it need high quantity of vermicompost and manure.
Sachin, maybe you are right, but my point of view, every chemical and every pesticide had to pass through and long-term scientist research. So according to my, it is not right to say that we should stop and ban this chemical pesticide and fertilizer.
To look about these problems in 2019 union budget, when the union budget was proposed, then Nirmala Sitharaman announced that the Indian government will promote ZBNM, means zero budget natural farming, which efforts to promote organic farming and also to promote and increase farmers income.
Yes, friend, I am agree with you, and I can say that we are not completely depend. Many persons see that say that we are not completely depend and decrease chemical fertilizer. But I can say that if we use many time in chemical fertilizer, our soil fertility also decrease, and if we use our organic fertilizer in continue, then fertility also increase and product will be increased. So I can say that we are using organic fertilizer, it is best for our country and it is also helpful to our ecosystem.
Yes, friend, I
Yes,
agree with you. I want to
but
say that in our country, approx 60% of population is depend on agriculture. If they are not use of chemicals and fertilizers in their crops, then they cannot produce the more of crops. So this is affected on their families because they are totally depend on agriculture fields. And we see that the in our ancient time, the farmer use of organic farming, then they can. And they can produce less crops comparison to today's scenario. So we cannot totally depend on organic farming, but we can use of inorganic farming, but this is some limitations also.
my friend Mohit, I completely agree with you. The main point is that we should use a chemical and pesticide in correct required and quality and quantity with the agriculture specialist suggest.
Yes, I am agree with all the content. I want to add one more point that we know that our country is agriculture country. If we use the organic farming, then there is a impact on productivity also. Our India exports to many other countries. If the production is then it affect on GDP, our GDP also increase and the livable income of the farmers also.
Anand, I completely agree with you. Some people say that can't stop chemical fertilizer, chemical fertilizer, chemical pesticide, and many other chemical harmful product. But because it is will reduce the production. But nowadays our scientists growth a revolutionary type because they are going on the biological and natural fertilizers. So I think they also give us some result like a chemical fertilizer.
Friends, as we know, but through the organic farming, the crop are level, the crop of level are not more quantity, and we grow any crops in organic farming. The crop of quantity is high. So I think in organic farming is good.
Yes, my dear. Inorganic farming is a good, good, but it is prevalent at the right time. But in ancient time, there were only used and prevalent in organic farming. But after the green revolution, they resulted in a heavy quantity of use of chemicals and fertilizers to increase the productivity of foods and crops to fulfill the demands of people for their fulfillment of these demands. But in at the right time, we move towards the organic farming.
Friends, I'm agree to add more point. Organic due to organic farming, not create any problem in human body after eating any foods, and more demand of organic farming food in other country.
Yes, friend, I am agree with you, and I can say that many candidates say that it is decrease our productivity. But I can say that many organic experts also say that it is not only increase our income, but it is also produce many type of product. Because I can say that if we use a chemical fertilizer, it destroy our fertility insect. So I can say that our if we use continue organic fertilizer, then it is also increase productivity, and it is also helpful to our country's people.
Yes, my friend, organic farming is also decrease our economy system for farmers, but it is also improve fertility of land and long term times in farmer one time. Sorry.
Yes,
I
I
am
want
agree
to add
with
one more
Subham's
point.
point that in organic farming, I am agree with Subham's point that in organic farming decreases the fertility of our soil, and also when it creates many health issues when we consume the product which is grown with the inorganic farming. And also we can say that organic farming is increasing the income of our farmers, and decreasing the many health issues by which we when we consume the product which is grown with organic farming, it does not harm our body.
Yes, Sachin, I completely agree with you. It is demand of time that we should use organic and biological fertilizer and pesticide. My point of view.
The immediate option of inorganic and organic farming is ZBNM, which is also cost effective as compared to organic farming, and will restore our soil health and uh, soil fertility and products highly nutritious food.
Yes, friends,
Yes,
I'm agree with you. One more point. As we know, Sikkim started after 2000 of organic farming, and in present times, the whole Sikkim people are doing organic farming and more benefits.
Yes, my friend, but my point of view, many fertilizers and pesticides are banned in most of countries like DAP, and many thousands pesticide. But in India they are easily available in market, and you know that farmers are not educated, so they have no idea about the quantity and quality of products, and as a result we are growing and farming the poisonic products.
Yes,
yes,
Ankit, I'm
I
agree with you.
want
I
to add
am
one more
point.
point
As we
that
know, DAP, urea, and other chemical fertilizers ruin our soil fertilizer and not grow any other crops more times. And the soil atom are get affected by many insects.
Yes, my friend, I
yes, I want to add
completely
one
agree
more
with
point.
you.
That,
Our scientist invention mini urea, so I think it is beneficial for our soil fertility than earlier urea system.
yes, I want to add one more point that many farmers uses the inorganic farming for the increasing of the productivity, but they don't know that the what are the demerits of the using of the inorganic farming, which are firstly it will reduce the fertility of the soil, and secondly it has also a very bad impact on the health. And if the farmer use the organic farming, then there the fertility of the soil will remain
that
safe for the future, and there is also no health issue would be created.
production
I'm totally agree with you,
Friend,
and if we promoting that
of
type of thing, that
way
can
of
also
farming.
improve our health and the soil
The
fertility also
organic
goes up,
farming protect
and that is not
air and soil from
we cannot the environment because also for
and maintains ecological system balance. Stems on development. Organic farming promotes sustainable development and is a source of employment. Thank you, sir.
yes, I am agree with you, and I can say that in our country many people are engaging in agriculture sector, and every people mean in our country many people have their cow and buffalo. They use this type of waste and use fertilizer, and it is also cost effective. And I can say that it takes many labor and increasing our employment, because in our country unemployment is a big issue in our country. So I can say that organic farming is a many advantage like in our country. It reduce unemployment and increase soil fertility, and it produce many type of organic product. It is also helpful, and organic product is also tasty and health, also health.
Friends, as we discussed many
Yes,
advantages of
Shubham,
organic farming,
I
but I
completely
want to add
disagree
some
with you.
disadvantages. Yes, friends, as we discussed many advantages of organic farming, but there are some disadvantages of organic farming also. That when we do organic farming, we use cow-related products for fertilizer like cow dung, and that creates many harmful gases like methane, nitrous oxide, and that is harmful for our climate.
Yes, friend, I am
Yes,
agree with
Sachin, I
you.
completely agree with you. You know that last 2 years before in newspaper like that, the Times of India published approximately 1.2 approximately 1.2 farmers are suicide during the farmer.
Yes, Sachin, I am agree with you, and I can say that you can say that organic product is also produce many type of gas. So I can say that if we made inorganic like chemical fertilizer, we produce many type of harmful gases like if we made in factories many type of chemical and pesticide, these type of chemical fertilizer, it is also create many type of toxic gases. So I can say that every coin has two sides. Then we use organic products. It is also helpful to our country, because in organic product more nutritional and tasty, and it is also helpful to our health system.
Yes, Subham,
Yes,
you
friends,
maybe you
absolutely
are right,
right. Good
but my
point.
point of
As
view,
you know,
every chemical and
organic farming
every
is a very much.
pesticides had not passed thrown out a long-term scientist research, so it is not right to say that we should stop and ban these chemical fertilizers and pesticides. My point of view, and you can say that.
Yes, friends, I'm agree with you. I know point. In organic farming, the crop grow by naturally and use less than and 0% chemical in the grow for in soil, and it not effect on human body as well as environment and also human.
And as we all know,
Yes, friends, I want to add one more point here that Sikkim is the state who completely shifted on organic farming. And in my point of view, many farmers don't know the advantage of organic farming. So our government should run many programs to aware the farmers to know about the advantage of organic farming.
and as we all know, there is a increment in the pollution of our country. So organic farming is not available to fulfill the need of a person in our country. So farmers try to use of inorganic farming instead of organic farming in our country. And this time, as we all know, the farmer suicide case is increasing in our country. So the government should try to uh, produce promote the condition of loans to decrease the farmer suicide case in our country.
Yes, my friend, organic farming save us land and our health system, but because our usage of excessive use of chemicals decreases fertility and soil fertility.
Yes, friend, I am agree with you, and I can say that many advantage of organic product, but I am not, but we are not completely depend on organic farming, because I give example like uh, Sri Lanka is a country who one time he or depend on only organic farming. Then sometime after some time they are decreasing our productivity, and also depend for other country in grains. So I can say that we are not completely depend in organic farming, but we are using for organic product farming. We reduce many type of
Friends,
Yes,
like
Yes,
Shubham.
I want to mention that
so I would like
I
to
want to
say
mention
conclusion about, or I can say words about organic farming. As you all know that organic farming is a farming in which we use the organic products as compared to the chemical products. We use the animal manures as well as or extra manures in to increase the productivity of our soil. As you all know that organic farming is eco-friendly farming and it is not very expensive. It is a very cheap product, so that it provides a very good fertility to our soil, as well as our health will also be maintained by this type of product. So as we all know that in today's era, farmers are not aware about the organic farming. So we should aware our parents as well as the children whose parents are farmers, so that they use more and more technology related to the organic farming, so that it increases the nitrogen amount in the soil, as well as growth of the crop will also be increased.
Yes,
friend,
Anjali,
I
I
want to
completely
mention
agree
that
with you. Some people say that we can't stop chemical and pesticides because it is reduce the production. But you know that nowadays revolutionary research in farming in organic farming field and our scientists going on the biological and natural fertilizers. They are also give some results like chemical fertilizers, but my point of view, our government should spread awareness about the in organic farming with the quantity and quality products.
Friend, at last time I would like to say that organic farming is good for our country because it not create any problem, and it is our responsible to save land for the next generation. Then he do farming on that land, and uh, organic farming is more demand in other country. Thank you.
Yes, friend, I agree with you. I want to say that many friends say that the inorganic farming is decrease the fertility of the decrease the productivity of the field. But we know that the organic farming are not increase the productivity of field. It is the maintain productivity. So we are not totally depend on organic farming because as we saw the population and many other regions. But we have use of inorganic farming some limitations because by this they create many bad effect on the human bodies like by this many disease also increase like cancer and many others.
Yes,
Yes,
dear friend, I'm
friend, India
definitely
is the most
that you say organic farming has a great advantage. But as you all know that in today's era, when we use many chemical products in our soil, or I can say in our crop, that the human health also be affected, as well as when we use the organic farming, or I can say the organic products, so that the pollution will not be created in our today's scenario, so that our environment not be polluted.
Friend, I want to mention that India is the most populated country, and we cannot also dependent on the organic farming because of organic farming produce the healthy and good food, but that is not that cannot produce a large amount of the anything and a product. So also we cannot depend on organic farming, and organic farming is better for there are the both sides and some benefits and some disadvantages. Like if we use the organic farming, we can also promote our farmers that they can also do not use of pesticide, and they can also fertility rate of their soil that can be increased. And if we will promote in organic farming, they can also produce a large amount of grains, but that is not for the many years. And if we using the organic farming, that time we can also produce the only that time the things can be produced. But if we use the in organic farming, we can also create any environment, and any crop can be without the season we can grow and sell that things. And we can also see that in the things so different from the season that can be also high rated, and the farmers income can be also increased by the inorganic farming. But organic farming is also very beneficial for them, that who because their soil and soil fertility can be increased, and that is so beneficial for many years because they can use that type of things. They can also less amount of pesticide that can be used, and the fertility rate of soil that can be increased.
My dear friend, I totally agree with your point, but we know that most of the Indian population is dependent on farming, and we must try to develop the policy of organic farming, which is good for health.
And this time farmers also wants to promote organic farming, but this is not a good way of employment for the farmers. So they try to use of inorganic farming instead of organic farming in our country. And because of there is a great chance of employment for the farmers in inorganic farming, so they promote inorganic farming instead of organic farming.
Most of the person who are not educated, their earning is only depend on farming. They are trying to do their best to grow more and more crops.
India is also a agriculture-based country, and many 70% people have also dependent on the farming. And if we only promoting organic farming, that we cannot produce more grain, and the people cannot sell it to merchants, and they cannot create money for their farming. And they have also, if we promoting the organic farming, they can produce a healthy and good food. I am agree with that point, but they cannot produce in a large amount, and India have also a more populated country, and we can also see the rate of that type of things very low, and the farmer income is very low. So organic farming can help you to produce a large amount of things, and they can also beneficial. If we promote the organic farming, we can also support the farmers, and aware by the organic farming. They like that how can create the pesticide with their crops wastage, and that can also the many people in lived in the rural area, and they are not aware by them.
After taking this step towards only organic farming, the aftermath of this situation, the demand will be high and the supply will be low. Then the condition that the dependency of India on food and grain is more, and the import will be more as compared to export. So there should be a immediate solution of organic and inorganic farming.
Yes, friend, I agree with you. I want to say that if we totally depend on organic farming, this is not good because the last year India has export crops of Afghanistan, and if we export is increasing, then it also increasing our GDP and economy. So this is good for our countries. So the total depend on organic farming is not good for our country because our country is changing in developing to developed.
The country where the people are suffering from fever and all the disease, the mainly reason for their fever is the inorganic farming. Then and they have the lack of knowledge to produce crops.
And as we all know, this time organic farming is in demand because the health risk problem are increasing in our country. Like many health risk problem are occur with the person. So uh, so the demand of organic farming is increasing in our country.
Yes, friend, I am also agree with you. And the organic farming is also producing because the health issues, and but the organic farming, the people who farm the organic farming, they have the also high rate for their products, and that cannot afford by anyone. And in because that things is in the small amount, and the demand is so high, so the people have also who think that they income more, so they cannot sell on the low prices, and that can be also reduce the high price of everything. And if we dependent on the organic farming, the demand is high, mm, and supply is low, so then that time the rate of the things that can be also uh, increased, and that time that's not affordable for the everyone.
Many defense warrior 24 have also take to make awareness in the country to grow the organic farming.
And if we want to make our country free from many diseases, then we should try to promote organic farming. And as we all know, in developed countries, they try to follow the they try to promote organic farming in their country because of the increment in the health risk, health related problem with the person of their country.
Organic farming is only the method of obtaining agricultural production without any pesticide.
Yes, friend, definitely we are using in the organic farming of the crop wastage, and they can create also by the farmers, and they are on the low prices. And but in organic farming, we have also not eco-friendly and not environmentally, and they can also produce the more diseases that can you also mentioned, and that type of things that cannot be increased. But in India, we are now in a developing phase, and we cannot also dependent on the organic farming, and both farming can be included. That time we can survive.
In rural areas, most of the people are dependent on farming, and if they are doing farming, so they have to make awareness that they are doing the farming organic or not, which is free from pesticides and all the chemicals. Organic farming only indicate the crop production which is done without any pesticides and any chemicals.
And after the using of only organic farming, there will be a chances of inflation, because organic farming is more expensive than inorganic farming. So after the production of organic farming, the market in the marketplace and the MRP will be more as compared to inorganic products. So the people who purchase who are not able to purchase, they are expelled from these organic products. Thank you.
My friend, I totally agree with your point, but we must have to enhance the persons who are involved in this production process.